That's down from ice, but ice weighs so much. It's so damaging, and this is why we say we do have the potential for some power outages as we move forward. So let's talk about this. We're going to start you out in Baltimore, where we can see snow. Snow is going to be something that we kind of smile about, right? Because if you compare it, and I'm not a big person on comparisons, but when you compare it to the ice, you always want to see snow and not so much the ice. Let's check it out because we will have multiple disturbances coming through. So let's start you out with disturbance number 1. And this one is going to cause more of a problem for the mid-Atlantic. The second disturbance, I'll show you that in a second, that's going to be more snow in terms of to the north. Now, the timing on this, as we head towards early Tuesday morning, we can see once again warmer down off towards the south, but here comes the frozen stuff through Chicago as we go into your Tuesday at 7 o'clock, so around dinner time, 5, 6, 7, around D.C., around Baltimore, we will be watching for just plain snow. Philly, you'll be getting in on this action as well. And then we'll start to see the next system behind that. But before we get there, look at the snowfall totals. Not a whole lot, maybe about 1 to 3 inches. Des Moines, Kansas City, over towards Paducah. We see the heaviest snow from that event will be to the south of D.C., so Virginia, West Virginia. That's where we'll see it really mount up and add up. Let's talk about disturbance number 2. This is Wednesday through Thursday night, and this one is going to be the one that's going to be bringing a lot more of everything, if you will. So this is what it looks like, right? A smorgasbord. And we will have the snow showers further to the north, like I said, down off towards the south. We're going to be dealing with more of the rain. And in-between zone, that in-between zone, that's the zone that we never really like. That's where we'll be dealing with some ice, some rain, some snow as we go into Wednesday night from Pittsburgh all the way over till the winter storm just gets right off the field. So we're going to have to talk about that because we do have that winter storm, Garnett, that's going to be moving into Boston as we go in through tonight. So you have all day today. You see that sunshine out there as well. If you've been tuning in, you've seen Reynolds Wolf shot. We're going to go to him in a matter of moments, and he's in the sun. So he's living the life as of now. But as we go into Saturday night into your Sunday morning, yeah, we're going to be watching for that snow to be coming down, and it's going to be coming down heavy at times as well. But right now, we're not seeing it around Boston. We're not seeing it around New York. The further to the south you go, yes, that's where we're seeing some weather, some precip happening. And I say precip because we're getting a little bit of everything, not just plain old snow. So in Lexington, we do see that rain coming in. We're seeing this around Charleston right now as well. Harrisonburg, you're dealing with some rain being reported across the area. More of the same in Richmond, and snow still to come. Your eye goes right here, doesn't it, to the purple, because that's where we're going to be seeing lots of snow coming in, maybe about 5 to 8 inches, but a few pockets of up to about a foot of snow. So I say if you're going to have some snow, and especially in the areas that can handle the snow. So that's kind of exciting because you live there, because you love the snow, right? I know some of you are like, Lynette, I was forced here. I want to come held hostage. I want to come back down off towards the south. But this is what we're having in the northeast. So Philadelphia, New York, Providence, you need that snow. You need that moisture. DC, you've done pretty well for yourself so far. Not only are we going to be dealing with the snow, though, we do have some icing concerns. And this is the one that's no joke because this is quite dangerous. We could see up to about 1/4 to 1/2 inch in places like Baltimore. So, you know, you don't want to be out there with that. But also, even a glaze will cause some problems out there as well. An ice skating rink, we're going to continue to watch the winter storm warning that we have and also the winter weather advisories. Now, again, Boston is in a snow drought. Meteorologist Reynolds Wolf is live there. Reynolds, so what's been going on with the people out there for today? So is it a vibe of excitement? Because they're going to get some good snows coming in, and they need it because they're in a deficit. As well, definitely going to be feeling the effects of that as we head in through the rest of your today. So some rain, some snow going to be happening, and then the ice comes. And the ice is the thing that we do not want to have, right? But we don't have a choice. But you do have a choice to stay indoors unless an emergency pops up. And make sure you do have that winter weather kit. Right now, we are dealing with some weather down off towards the south here, around the mid-Atlantic. This is where we're seeing this. Some rain happening around Lexington. We're giving reports now around Salisbury, dealing with some snow coming in. We might be dealing with a little bit of rain-snow mix happening across that area. Still plenty of snow to come in places like possibly New York. I think you may get a little bit of some warmer air in here, so you could be dealing with some mixing, so that may cut down. You might not actually get to the 5 to 8, but Hartford, Boston, oh yeah, you could see that. And we could even speckle in a couple of maybe a foot of snow in some areas. We do need that rain, snow around Philadelphia, around New York, Providence, and even Boston. We're about 11 inches down at this point. And DC, though, though, you are looking pretty good for yourself. So you just heard me talk about Boston. Well, let's head out there. That's where meteorologist Reynolds.
Citizens can start to rebuild from the Los Angeles wildfires. First, the EPA must comb through all of the fire debris to remove all of the toxic materials. That process can only take months with a large-scale disaster like that. But President Trump wants that job done by February 25th.
Jonathan Vigliotti with our partners at CBS News shows us how the EPA is rushing to meet the president's unprecedented deadline. While residents who lost their homes understandably want to start rebuilding quickly, doing so too fast could risk setting the community up to burn again in the future. And
coming up later this morning on Weekend Recharge, a look into the risks and concerns of rebuilding too quickly. That's coming up in just 1 hour. But right now, we do have some other concerns on the way, and that's something we couldn't buy much of earlier this winter, and that is needed rain. This is our second rainiest month in Southern California, and we do have more rain on the way as we head on through this week, and not just a couple of sprinkles. It's quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, we will watch that rain as we have this next system that's going to be moving on shore. So we're going to be dealing with that moisture coming in, but this time that moisture is going to be funneled more to into Southern California, I should say.
Plenty of snow across the Sierras. Good news for the snowpack there, but we continue to have this atmosphere river hose the area, and while we have the heavy rain in Northern California, drastic shift in terrain. Southern California, right where the fires are, we have the potential of seeing maybe 3 to 5 inches of rain. That is going to be catastrophic in some locations.
Yeah, I talk about those burn scars and, of course, the mudslides there. That's why it's always great around the Sierra to get that snowpack. That very good for the water resources. But water resources is exactly what we need because we are in this drought here. We can see extreme in a lot of spots where you're looking at the red coloring there.
The timing, clouds come in on your Tuesday. By Wednesday morning, the rain, the pitter-patter is starting, and it doesn't stop. It continues all day long, Wednesday into Thursday, even on towards the end of the week. We see that rain even Friday into Southern California.
Yes, and then we look at the forecast for San Francisco, and we're going to continue with that rain for Tuesday night right into your Thursday night. We can see those temperatures that will be in the 50s.
Quick look at San Diego, you too, even into parts across the border to Mexico. Plenty of rain continues from the middle of this week, perhaps starting as early as Tuesday night, right on into your Friday, and maybe some dry weather as we head on towards next weekend.
Well, California is pushing